What's going on, everybody? TK here. We're back at Ark, and you're probably wondering why I have this whole line of T-Rexes here. We're going to school today, folks. We are doing breeding for dummies. With Genisis coming out here in the next few days, it's been a while since somebody did a video for breeding, especially one that was very simple to understand. So we're going to go through it super simple. Oh my goodness, you need to stop. Go away. Please. I'm trying to teach class here, you're in the way. Alright, so we're using our Rexes. First things first, you get 2 Rexes. Kind of close to level. The female is 226, female is 233. But they have good stats. That's what's important on these. Like this one has 90-20 health, the melee is 405, and the stamina on this one was really good as well, at 1890. So it was really good stats between the two of them. Step 1, get 2 dinos with the right stats, 1 male, 1 female, and go from there. Then you're going to breed them. It's best to name everything as you're going. So these were named male for bases, female for bases, because these are our very 2 starting ones, our very 2 first ones. Then, the goal was to get dinos with the highest possible stat combinations. Every time these 2 over here laid an egg, the offspring has a 70% chance to get the highest stat from the parents. So if the HP was higher on the female, there's a 70% chance for them to get that HP, but a 30% chance for them to not. In Ark, the way levels work, it's all stat-based. So the higher the stats are, the higher the level will be. That's why you see them go from level 226 and 233, and then the offspring are coming out at 237. So if we look, this one right here has all the highest stats of the parents. Perfect dino. So we get 1 male, and you want several female. We only put 1 over here. The rest of them are actually over in the hatchery. And you can see I have them named F base and then a number. Ideally, you want to have about 5 or so, just because it speeds up the process down the road, and you'll see that in a minute. You can do it with less females, but it's better to take the time early on to have multiple females that are all on the same level. Otherwise, you end up paying for it later. And here's how. So once we got our bases, this 1 male can mate instantly. These females have a timer. Right now with the Valentine's Day event and my server settings, it's not so bad. But otherwise, there's almost 30 minutes in between times that they can hatch. So the more females you have to be able to hatch per timer, you see where this is going. There's going to be more eggs. So we do that, and you keep hatching them until you see a mutation. How do you see a mutation, TK? Well, when there's a mutation, the dino will actually come out 2 levels higher than the parents. So these 2 were to level 37. Our first mutation here made him 239. And to show it, this one was a stamina mutation. So the starting stamina is 1890. If you go over here to the next one, you'll see 1974. It got 2 points because it's 2 levels higher into stamina. And it's a male, which is exactly what we want. This is best case scenario. Once that happens, you're going to go back to where we pretending we're over there hatching all our other dinos. You're going to take the male out of the equation. So that male that's 237 that we had at the beginning, we're going to grab him and pull him over here to the side. You do not want to get rid of him. He is important still. He still has a purpose. You have to keep him. Part number 2 of the important things, don't put levels into your dinos yet. You want to keep their stats the same or at base, so that way when you're breeding you can easily see what their stats were. You can also get around it if you want to go hardcore and make a spreadsheet and all that. I like to be able to just to see it. If you're going to be using the dino to run around, of course, then put stats into it. But if you're going to use it to breed, do not put stats into it at all. So, like we said, now that we have that 239 male with the stamina mutation, he gets moved up. He is going to be the one that we're using to breed all of those females now. And the same thing, you just have them in all the females in a circle, put the male in the middle, have breeding turned on all of them, and keep hatching eggs. So now, the next what will be when you're hatching the eggs from this set, you would be looking for level 241 with a stamina stat higher than 1974. The reason why this all goes back to why we want everything to have the same levels early on. Because with everything being 237, you're either going to see them have stats of 237, you're going to see them be 239, where they're matching the mom with the stats of the dad, or if they get a mutation, they'll be 241 for stamina. They may be 239 still and have a mutation in another area, but we don't want to worry about those right now. Once you get your first mutation on, like in this case on stamina, you want to focus on only the stamina mutations all the way down until you fill the ancestry tree. When you go and look at show ancestors, how it shows up at the top, 1 out of 20 mutations, you want to focus on the one stamina, on one trait, until you have the 20 out of 20 fill. So, these all hatched, and genetics threw me a curveball. I got a female that has the right mutation in stamina. It's level 241, everything's right. But I can't breed females with females. What do? Well, you take this female that you got with the stamina mutation, and you come over here with the base that you had at the very beginning. That male that got swapped out. Anytime you get a female with the right mutations and everything, but of course you can't breed females with females, you breed it back over here with this male base. So basically the most important thing to remember when you're breeding for mutation, the mutated dino always is bred with a base. Always. And that'll make your life so much easier. So we bred these two out. I got lucky, it only took a few eggs. But then you get yourself a male Rex with the right mutations. And then once that happens, you just take your cryopod. We are gonna pod up the one with only one mutation. And then the one with 2 stamina mutations will now take its spot. And then rinse and repeat. Keep on hatching eggs. See when there's one that's 2 levels higher, check to make sure that the stat is great. The stats are greater than what the parents are. That's why when I name them, I put their stamina, if I'm working on stamina mutations, in the name. So that way I know what I'm looking for easily. And it'll even show when you look at the ancestry guide. It'll show if you've named them, it'll show it here on the lines. That the parents of this one was female 241, stam 258, and base male Rex 237. This is also a way for you to check and make sure you've been doing things right. This is something that's very easy to lose track of. I've done it twice, once on my Dines and once on my Aloes. My Rexes, I've got it down to a science now. So, you do this, you keep on going all the way till you got 20 out of 20 for stamina. Then you want to make sure you keep that Rex and you have it named and you have it to the side. Like, keep it somewhere, because you're going to end up having to do this all over again. In the case of Rexes, the important things are HP, Stam, and Melee. Well, then you will do then, when you start the next chain, you're going to grab your male base, put him back over here in the middle with all the female bases, and you breed those out until you see one with the HP mutation. Once you see that, you go through and do the same thing all over again. Hope for a male every time. If not, take the female, breed it with the original male base. Do all of that until you get 20 out of 20 for the HP. Then you do it again for Melee. 20 out of 20 for Melee. Now, once you get those, you want to make sure that at least one of those at the end of the 20 out of 20 is female. Because then what you're going to do is you're going to take the 20 out of 20 mutation that for Stam, and let's say the 20 out of 20 mutation for Melee is the female. You'll take those two, you breed those, and keep on hatching eggs until you get a female or male, depending on what that third dino is over here. So let's say HP was male, Melee is female, Stamina is male. We want to get these two to give me a female that has the mutation, the same stat numbers for HP and Melee. Then you take that female and breed it over here with the male that has the 20 out of 20 mutations for Stamina, and then keep breeding those until you see a dino that has the exact same stats for the Stamina, HP, and Melee. Once they have all that, there you go. You have a perfect super bred dino. Takes a lot of time. I got to this point last night after a 3-hour stream of hatching eggs and breeding and all of that fun stuff. It was something else. But once you get them, the bases set, that's the hard part. Because if you don't get that many females starting out, it's going to take you longer to get eggs to hatch for your mutations down the road. So me, I have 7 females in there, and then with the 1 male, and it makes life a lot easier. But that's gonna be it for me. That's your Ark Breeding for Dummies. If you have any questions, be sure to hit me up and down in the comments down below. Catch me during a live stream on Twitch. I'm more than happy to help you all out and explain it. Until then, this has been TK with Breeding for Dummies. If you want to catch me live, catch me at twitch.tv/Tiberkat, or subscribe and check the bell down below so that we are notified when I upload. And until then, I will see y'all later.